Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm kind of doing an educational video. It's about, so my horse Jade, her right there, she, on both of her front feet, she has separation from her hoof wall, and it's usually from the ground, going from wet to dry. So especially since ours is dirt and no grass, so that makes it with the hoof. So I'm just going to show y'all everything that we need and we can get started. So I'm getting in my tack room. The first thing you will need is a boot. So you get this boot and you fill it up with water in the inside and you set her foot in there. And the boot you can get on Amazon. And then it comes with Velcros that you wrap around her legs. It comes with 2. I personally only use 1 just because I don't usually need to. And so to come out here, I need to grab my halter. Dolly says hi. Excuse me. So let's go over here and I'll show you everything that I have. That pitcher is full of hot water with Epsom salt in it to put in the boot. And I grab a rag to dry off her foot whenever I take it out there. Take it out of the boot. I'll leave her foot in there for about 20 minutes and then I dry it. And then when I dry it, I put Jeffers Equine Hoof Care Thrush away. And then when I put that on there, I put 1 cotton ball or like a half cotton ball and stuff it in where it's deep at. And it just keeps from dirt getting in there. And then I have my straps, and I have 2 of these. 1 fell down there. Right there. Okay, let's get started. Can you hold this? I have a helper today, Sean, my brother. He's kind of shy with the camera, so bear with me. Alright, let's go get Jade. Yes, it's your time to... Probably she might walk away, I don't know. Good girl. And I will be brushing her today, just because whenever we're waiting for her foot to be done soaking, I usually just try to find stuff to do. So I just brush her and all that stuff. Alright. Alright, right over here. Put it right here. And it's fixing to rain, so in like the second foot it might start raining, and we might probably gonna do it in the rain, or we might just I might just not do her other foot today. Good girl. Alright, so what I first do is I get this, and I leave the boot up here right now, and so I'm gonna take it down to the water hose and rinse it off. And this is good to do with your horse's feet just regularly. It doesn't have to have anything wrong with his hoof. But I just, so yeah, that's a good thing to do. And you always want to make sure you rinse it out every time you use it. So like, whenever I do her 1 foot, I don't rinse it out. I just use the same water. But like right now, it's a different day, so I always want to make sure I rinse it out. Just get in there and rinse it good. And you can rinse out the outside of it if you want, but I just dump it. Alright. And Jade is actually very good with this, and I thought, since she's kind of an antsy horse, I thought she would be kind of scared and want to walk around. But, I mean, I put her on her the first time a few weeks ago, and she did really good. I was surprised, honestly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this water into the boot. And you can fill the boot as much as you want. The lid just came off in here. Hold up. Having difficulties here. So you can fill it all the way up, because Epsom salt isn't gonna hurt their legs any or their hair on their legs. But I feel like whenever you don't put as much water in it, it's easier because you can move around with it and don't have to worry about tipping over because it won't be as heavy. I don't know if y'all can see the steam rising. And I try to stir it up, get all that Epsom salt on the bottom of this good. I'll take this and this. And I have a dog bowl. I just put all the stuff I need in here just because it's easier to carry around instead of having everything on the ground. So what I first need, all you got to do is get your hoof pick and then this. And we'll clean out her hoof and then put it in here. And we'll try to get as clean as possible so the water in here isn't getting so dirty. And the goats and pigs try to help sometimes. Sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's not so good. Okay. Now I try to hold this with my knees, but sometimes it falls down. And she doesn't really like me to pick up her feet. She does pretty good on this side, but on the other side, not so much. She's just tired of having to do this every day. And I do it since she does have a problem with it, since she does have separation on her hoof wall. I do try to do it at least twice a day. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's rainy like today and I can't do it twice a day because she doesn't really like being in the rain. And I'll show you all the separation right here. Try to get it. I have a cotton ball in there for me. And if it's deep enough, the cotton ball should stay in there. And as y'all can tell, it's very deep. I can literally fit my fingertip in there. Alright, so I'm gonna try to clean as much as I can. Get every little spot. And you can try, I sometimes just like kind of scrape the bottom of her hoof, try to get all the dirt off. It's better if you do it before you pick up her foot, but I kind of forgot. But I'll try to remember to do it on the other ones. And this is only on her 2 front feet because it takes up a lot of time in your day, especially since, we have to do it 20 minutes. All right, so what you do is you just have this little strap that just stays on there. And you just pull this little thing and it tightens it up around the leg. As so. And sometimes I'll try to go like that and just pull it like right here. It gets it tighter to me, I feel like. And you want it tight, but you don't want it too tight, Alright, and I'm going to go grab my Velcro real quick. I kind of left it over here. And like I said, you can use 2 Velcros, but I just used 1 just because Jade's foot isn't that big, her leg anyway, so it stays on there pretty well. Oh, wait. I'm actually going to leave it on it. Alright. Alright, just like so, and she'll just stay like that for 20 minutes. Around there, so we start waiting, and I'm gonna go like brush her, so I'm gonna go get the brushes out of the tack room. And usually when I just brush her, I just grab these 2 brushes. A metal curry and a dandy brush. See, like she has a lot of this it's kind of like, it feels like a worm kind of, just because it's like, it gets like soft when it's first on there. It's kind of weird, but it's just because we have pine trees and we think something on the pine trees is falling off of her. So that's what I like to use this metal curry for. This kind of gets all of it off. And Dolly likes to join us, as you can tell. Her face was right here. And she's like, brush me. And as y'all can tell, this side is a lot messier than the other side. And I will go back on the other side and use the dandy brush. I just use 1 tool at a time. You know what? If y'all do hear a voice in the background, it's probably Sean. He's videoing for me today. He was nice, and he said that he would help me video today. And I'm going to try and get a vlog camera soon. That way the videos are better quality for y'all. And stuff, so hopefully I can get it soon. Right now I'm using my mom's phone. I usually use another camera, but it's not the best. But my mom's phone does pretty good. I know, Jai just stay soft on the, and as you can tell, she's getting upset just because Dolly's right here. No, no. Jade's just kind of mean sometimes. I'm just gonna go on this side and shoo Dolly away. She likes to be with Jade, and Jade's just like, do you have to? So Jade does get brushed a lot just because I do have to do this. I try to do this more like it, at least once a day. So I usually brush her every time. It's good quality, like bonding. You know, it's good for you to be able to bond with your horse like this. That's why, I mean, I hate when my horses get sick or something gets wrong with them, but you know, you're out here more with them because you have to do things and you can bond over it. So, trying to get all this mud off her legs. She doesn't really like her back feet being brushed too much. She thinks I might sit her pick them up, so sometimes she picks up her foot. Like, good girl, that's all I'm asking. And I will try to look at him. He's crazy. And I'll try to get a video of me brushing and everything that I use to brush. It might be next week, it might be this week, I don't really know. It depends on when it doesn't rain. More like it. Porky, would you leave the poor horse alone? Oh my God. Goodness. Alright, time for the next side. There's still a little bit more of this weird stuff up here. So it's been about 10 to 15 minutes. And I don't brush her mane, if y'all were wondering. I do brush it, but I just brushed it yesterday. And her mane is so thin that I don't like to brush it a lot. And I feel like it's just so thin just because she's pretty old. You know, like I said, she is around 21. So she's getting old, even though she's a crazy little thing, but she doesn't like her chest being touched, so I try not to touch right there. See, she's kind of gotten that sassy. I don't know when it happened. She used to let me touch down there, but for some reason she only lets me touch down there when I'm putting the breast collar on her when we ride. But whenever I just brush on there, she does not like it for some reason. So I softly go through her face a little bit and try not to go too hard. Alright, that's all the brushing. Good girl. Alright. I'm gonna brush Dolly real quick while we have some time to spare real quick. I already brushed her today because earlier I rode for a little bit before it rained. Just because I've been wanting to ride her and I haven't been able to. So she's really not that dirty. Girl. But Dolly loves being brushed. Porky. Leave the poor horsey alone. Yes. Good girl. Alright, so I think this foot is about done. We should have about 5 minutes left or so. So we'll just wait a little longer. And I use this brusher, and even if she doesn't have any dirt on her, I just kind of go over her. Porky and then she is done. So, yesterday, this was up here. This morning, I got up and it was down that hill. And I'm like, I wonder who did that. No, I don't. I know who it was now. Oh, I'll brush Porky. Okay, he likes the brushes. He's crazy. He's sweet though. He's about the only one that loves being rubbed out of the pigs. They all like being rubbed. Like Junior, he'll roll over for you. But Porky, like if he knows you're brushing the horses, he will just lay right beside you until you go over there and brush him. I'm like, you are ridiculous. Lay down. If you lay down, you should have to get the right spot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So sweet. A fun fact about pigs. Pigs usually smell like maple syrup. You might not believe me, but they really do. Especially Porky. He has a strong scent of that. His tusks coming in, as y'all can tell. Look at that. Good night. But he's so sweet. Had to get everywhere on him. He has such a long hair. So long. He's a sweet boy though. Yeah. Look how dirty his tail is. It's so nasty. So nasty. Look at that. And if y'all are wondering why these things of wood are all lined up here, well, that's a pretty good story. Porky, Junior, and Stuart decided that one day they were going to root up the fence, and they got in our neighbor's property over there. And our neighbors just got goats when they did that, and they almost ate a whole bag of goat feed. And I was like, well, we made a bad first impression, but we got it fixed, and they haven't been over there since, so. Actually, whenever they got over there, though, that's when Stuart got out, because he got scared and went underneath their big fence, because they don't have, like, this kind of fence over there. They have, like, big white fence, if you can see it right there. And I'm guessing he went underneath it, and the road is right there, so I guess that's how he got hit, but it was horrible. Because when he got hit, we put him in the dog pen, and he was dragging his two back legs. And my dad and my mom were like, we might have to put him down. I'm like, I really don't. I think we can go through this. I'm like, we can even just call a vet that we knew, but we didn't. And the next day, he was walking. Nothing was wrong with him. But he did break his tail. A little cricket is like that. And he doesn't wag it. It's kind of sad. It's like the best thing about a pig is when they wag their little tail. But, he's okay, though. So. But all of them are good. I think we got about 2 minutes left. Look how dirty your nails are. So dirty. Alright, so the next thing I do, since that's practically done, set this well. Actually, I usually hang this stuff up here on the fence. I just put it on branches. So what I get is you need, for jade, since y'all know how deep it was a little bit, I use a pretty big one just so when I put it in there and it wears out, it's not smushing down in there where like dirt can still get in there. So I like to use about like this big of one. I might have to take a little bit off of that, but I like to use that. And then, like I said, I use this to dry it off, and it's very dirty, but from me drying her feet off in the past. And then I put this on. And this is, if you're wanting to be an equestrian or you just started being an equestrian, this is really what you want, because it's good for you to put this on your horse's hooves like all the time, even if they don't have thrush. Because it's definitely not good when they get thrush. Alright, so let's go on over here. First thing you do is I take the Velcro strap off first. And I just lay it over here. And then, I usually honestly just put this in my mouth like this. And then I take this off. And then you just have to spread it out. And then I get her legs, and I try not to spill it, because I still have to use her other foot. Use this for her other foot, the same water. So I try not to spill it. So I just dry it off here. Oh, they want my cotton ball. Kind of set it on my leg here somewhere. So I just get this and I just try to dry it off a little bit. Just so, because if you don't dry it off, and when you put the thrush buster in it, which is right here, when you put the thrush buster in it, and if the water's not out, the water will go out when you put this in it, and it'll take the thrush buster with it, I guess. So you just want to make sure that there's no water that can just take it right off. Yeah. So I kind of put it. I try to put a pretty good amount in there, and I go ahead and just put it on her frog right here, in there. And I just hold it up for a second. All right, so I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna try and get it anyways. I'm gonna shove it in there. All you have to do is shove it in there, and you'll think it won't stay, but it will. Because they'll put pressure on it when they put their foot down, and it will stay. All right. Oh, she's stepping on my ride here. Thank you. All right. So that's it for that foot. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the other foot, but I won't video that. It's the same exact process. I hope y'all learned something from today, and I hope it helped a lot of people that were wondering about that stuff. Because I knew whenever I had to start doing this, I definitely needed some help. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe and push that like button. And I'm gonna comment down below for other videos that you would like me to do. Bye.